Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, make sure you click subscribe, make sure you click the bell so that you don't miss a video. So let's get started. So welcome to my channel. This is my first video. So this is technically a relaunch because I started my YouTube about 3-4 years ago. I was trying to get into YouTube, never really bit down into it and focused because really I didn't like video editing. I'm just being honest with you guys. But I was like, you know what? Like, I need to find my comfort level with, creating, wanting to be within a world that talks about things that mean the most to me, but then also just really putting myself out there because I know that I have a really good life and I know I have lots to talk about. So I think it's important to share. I just need to get over my perfectionism because perfection is an illusion. So everything won't be right all the time. So I just was like, you know what? Let's just jump in. Let's just do it all. So we are going to talk a little bit about me, what I do, what I don't do, what I hope to do, things like that. So, first things first, I am a teacher. So I don't like living in that identity because I think like people really just try to focus on like, oh my God, you should do so much to save the kids. I love my students, don't get me wrong. But I make it a point to say like, I have a life outside of teaching. I think one of the biggest illusions I had walking into the classroom 3 years ago was that, teachers are superheroes. Teachers do it all. Yeah, no, I really don't like doing it all. I really don't. I get tired. I have days. I be like, I don't want to do this today. Just because sometimes teaching is really hard. So I teach high school students. I teach English. And people are like, oh my God, I could never. Yeah, a lot of people couldn't. But my job is rewarding in being able to see my students gain new knowledge, not whatever I was about to say. They gain new knowledge, and it's always one of those things where it's like, wow, like you're growing more than we could ever put a number on, in ways that we could never imagine, because it's more than just content growth, which is what we strive for, but also just social and emotional and internal growth, because English is one of those subjects where you can learn so much about yourself and so much about other people that why not try to get students to understand who they are or figure out who they want to be, which is the real thing. So yeah, that's the first thing. I teach English high school students. Oh, the joy. The second thing is that I am a budding makeup enthusiast. I'm not a makeup artist. I love doing makeup for fun. Also, I learned the skill of makeup because I did not see a lot of people doing people who look like me. As my partner would say, I'm light skinned. I don't think I'm light skinned. I'm caramel, whatever. But I really got into makeup because that was my version of art. So I loved art as a kid in addition to loving English, which is, people don't know that. People don't realize I actually did love class. But I learned that, art could be makeup and makeup was art. And so I do mostly my own makeup, but I love to try a good trend. If my friends are like, hey, can you do this for me? I'm down to do it. In college, I thought I was going to be a full-fledged makeup artist, but kind of backtracked because I was just like, that's not me. Well, it's not what I'm focusing on. I'm not going to say it's not me because it could be in the future, but I would say that it is more so not what I'm focusing on right now. So I still, can do a good like blend, stuff like that. I sometimes go crazy over the newest makeup drop, but not as much as I used to when I was doing people's faces consistently. But I still do have a makeup Instagram that I post on. I try to post on at least once every 3 months, but going back in the classroom, I don't wear makeup every day. So there's that. What else? I'm a dog mommy. I have I think he's 16 weeks, maybe a little less. He was born in June, but I'm a dog mommy. His name is Bo. He's currently taking a nap because he's hyper. If you ever meet me in person, like my friends will tell you, I am real introverted. And I say that in all seriousness because my dog has all the energy and I'd be like, let's not. But he's been a great addition to my house. Oh yeah, I am with my partner. We have known each other since middle school, which I think is great. Hopefully one day he makes an appearance, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we have been together for a minute now, which is very great, very exciting. Knowing each other since middle school is so interesting. I tell people that, you know, I knew him before the hype. He knew me before the hype. He knew me when I had braces and when I had acne all over my face. So I think it's fun. Like, we reminisced about it, and we celebrated our journey of just, we tend to celebrate the days that matter to us. So we celebrated knowing each other for 13 years last weekend, or this past weekend. Yeah, this past weekend. So, you know, he doesn't make much of an appearance, but it's okay. Respecting his privacy and just making sure like people know like, hey, homie's there. He just does what he got to do in the background. But I think that's great. This is the first partnership / relationship. We call it a partnership because it truly does take a team. A lot of things in our life do take a team, like a lot. And I just, well, not even just me, but we thought it was really important to note, like, I'm not just in this for the cutesy stuff. Like, it really does take a partner sometimes to do things, and we wanted to stamp that because I think when we say partner, it makes us realize, and as well as other people, like, there is no traditional norms. Like, we have to make what works for us work for us. So that's important. And it's great. It's been working a lot. You know, people have their days, but you know, we're going through a very good season in our life. Wow, not the camera tilted. Yeah, we're going through a very good season in our life, so I can't be mad at that. So we have a 16-ish week old dog. He is a Bordoodle. His name is Bo, like I said. We did not adopt him. We bought him from a breeder because I'm bougie. I will go ahead and tell you, I paid a decent amount of money for him. Just because I really wanted a dog that I could grow with. And it was important to me that I was also hyperallergenic. So I have a dog allergy. Fun fact, when I was in college, I lived with a black lab and I found I had dog allergy when my leg broke out in hives. So, there was that. But it was just really important for me to have a dog that I could live with and not have to clean up a whole bunch of hair. My parents had dogs when I was growing up. They shed a decent amount, but Bo doesn't shed. My mom loves him. My dad loves him. My sister loves him. I just feel like everybody loves the dog more than they love the human that feeds that dog. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, what else? Oh, I'm a UGA grad. I think that's important. Just because I loved my experience at UGA. I loved my experience at UGA. And I have to tell people that because, yes, it is a predominantly white institution. Predominantly white. But I think I learned a lot about myself. Growing up in Southwest Atlanta, Zone 4, Ben Hill, baby, I wanted to branch out. I wanted to know more than just me. UGA was not my first choice in school, but I'm so glad it was the decision I never wanted to have to make. And I had a ball in college. I really did. I really did. What else about me? Oh, I'm an AKA. That's a great accomplishment. It is. I don't flaunt it much because I think people use stereotypes to judge me when I say I'm an AKA or they see paraphernalia. And I think you have to get to know the person and the strengths that they bring to the organization. So that has always been my thing. Like, my line sisters and I were really cool. And so I think when you get to know all of us individually and see how we work in cohesion, you understand, like, wow, y'all are all individuals. But I am very proud to be an AKA. I was initiated at the University of Georgia, A to Z chapter, fall 2018. Shout out to Crown. That is my line. And I loved my experience with my line sisters, and I love the life that we are creating individually and collectively, because, you know, it does take work. Being a member takes work, and that's just one of those things that I tell people, like, whether you want to be Greek or not, anything in life worth having will require work. And my line sisters are gems. We have to work on our relationship all the time because we've moved, we've gotten second degrees, some of us have gotten married, some of us have had kids. Like, we have our own lives. And so when we come together, it can't just be in the same mindset of, you know, we are the same people we were back in undergrad. We weren't. And that's okay. But we grow, we evolve, we do new things. And so we already celebrated our terrible twos. So we are coming up on the tremendous threes, as I like to call it. My favorite number is 3. My line number includes 3. So I just think, like, year 3 would be great for us. We're almost at 5, which is so crazy to believe that we almost crossed 3 years ago. That's so crazy. Very crazy, because college moved really fast. What else? I enjoy quiet. I'm an introvert that enjoys quiet, but I enjoy people to an extent. So, like, I have to tell my students, I got you. Like, we can be there, but you gotta let me process. And I think that's been the biggest misconception. I do remember when I was in school, people called me stuck up, arrogant, bougie, things like that. Now I'll take the bougie one because anything that I buy, any label, anything that I want to spend my money on, I will spend my money on, okay? Because I'm financing it, not you. So when people call me stuck up, arrogant, things like that, I always ask people, like, have you thought about if this situation appeals to my inner peace? Have you thought about, like, maybe there's just something I don't necessarily am at the capacity to deal with right now? And I think once people start answering those questions, like, then you'll realize, oh, I'm not stuck up, I'm observant. Oh, it's not that I just talk to the same people. I have built a relationship with said people, and there is a specific comfort level that I have with those people. Just understand that, okay? Just saying. So I think I'm really laid back. I am type A, though. I tell people that I like my schedule. I like things in place. I like things to be a certain way. I do. But I'm working on it because being a teacher, you realize every day is not the same. Every day is not the same, which is fine. So I'm okay with that. What do I do for fun? Sleep. I tell people, if I could be a professional napper, I would. I love organizing. I am currently finding my voice in what organization and style looks like for me. Now I'll tell people I can organize in a heartbeat, but just trying to figure out what I am, who I am, is something that I'm working on. We had an intermission. We had to go get the puppy. This is Bo. Bo, say hi. Okay. He's upstairs for a change. Say hi. No? Well, so, hopefully he just lays here. So, I do love everything home renovation and home organizing. And I'm trying to get my feet wet in that because, honestly, y'all, I am trying to have an after for teaching. I love my job, but I do think, like, sometimes there's more. And I don't know what that is. And so me trying to understand what I actually do love doing every day is important to me. And so just finding that out will be something that I do in the next couple years. My advisory I have for 4 years. So my goal is to at least minimum stay until they graduate. That's really important to me because my advisor stayed until I graduated, unless life circumstances change. But that is my goal, to at least stay in the classroom until their high school graduation. So yeah. Other things that I do. Not necessarily something that I do, but I am getting into more of like my style, what my fashion is. I worked with this girl, Vanessa, and she gave me an image consultation. And I think that for me, it was really important to have somebody else look at just like what are some basic things that I could do to complement like my skin and what I look like, because I don't want to make stop it I don't want to make any modifications to my body, and so I am just really on this journey of figuring out like what is my style. I also am getting back into working out. So I lived in Oklahoma for 2 years, and so I was big into CrossFit. With the pandemic, I am kind of hesitant about CrossFit in Atlanta, and just finding that same community that I had in Oklahoma. Shout out to Okie CrossFit. But, you know, currently I am trying to just get back into it. So I've been following a couple of trainers, reviewing their products, and just trying to see like what they have to offer. But, you know, with Corona still around, also trying to keep my health and wellness at the point of all things. And yeah, that's all really about me. It's really about me. On this channel, we'll talk about a multitude of things. I told my mom when I was younger, when my siblings and I were younger, we should have a TV show. This is my version of creating that TV show, just because I think it's hilarious. Sometimes, you know, you'll see my parents, you'll see my siblings, you'll see my Mimi, who I think is hilarious. You'll see my best friend. I just really love documenting life, and I love documenting memories. And hopefully you guys get to see this boy grow. His collar is dirty. But you know, I am using this channel as a way to just talk about things. One of the biggest things I learned in therapy is that, one of the biggest things that I learned in therapy is that I need an outlet to talk. I do have a blog, thealexisdur.com. And so, later. So I do have a blog, and I use that to write about certain things, that just are not really hot topics, but things that matter or I feel like I should give voice to. And then I also run my own consulting business. It focuses on standardized test prep, so ACT, SAT, for English, writing, and reading. And then I also help with transition planning. So whether you're a high school student trying to transition to college, a high school student trying to transition to a trade, a middle school student trying to transition to high school, or a college graduate or a apprenticeship graduate trying to transition into the workforce, I help plan it all. So I will plug both of those businesses down at the bottom. My blog is really near and dear to my heart, though. I've had it since 2014, and it has gone through some changes, but I like where we're going now, and just really building my brand and who I am. So if you have any questions, things you want to know, things you want to see, please drop them in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and I hope you guys enjoy. Today is Monday when I recorded this, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.